The slap was loud, too loud to ignore. The hotel lobby went silent in 1 second. A black woman stood still, her head turned to the side. Her cheek burned, her heart pounded. People stared, some whispered. Others looked away, pretending nothing happened. The hotel manager stood in front of her, his hand still in the air. He didn't apologize, he didn't step back. Security guards stayed where they were. The staff froze. No one helped her to them. She was just another black guest who didn't belong in a luxury hotel. She didn't cry. She didn't argue. She didn't defend herself. She simply looked around the room, calm and quiet. But what no one knew was this: in just 10 minutes, this hotel would never be the same again, and every person who stayed silent would pay the price. Her name was Ariana Wells. She was 34 years old. Quiet, thoughtful, strong in ways people didn't notice. Ariana grew up learning how to stay calm in uncomfortable spaces. As a black girl, she learned early that being loud made people angry. Being confident made people uncomfortable. So she learned to listen more than she spoke. She came from a small neighborhood where dreams were often laughed at. Teachers doubted her, classmates underestimated her, store employees followed her around. She carried that pain quietly, but Ariana also carried discipline. She worked harder than anyone around her. Long nights, missed holidays, endless rejection. People told her she was not a good fit. They said she was too quiet. They said she didn't look like leadership. She never argued. She just kept going. Over time, she built something powerful. A hospitality investment company, hotels, resorts, properties. She never announced her success. She didn't post it online. She didn't need validation. This hotel was one of her newest investments. She came that day without warning. No assistants, no bodyguards, no title attached to her name. She wanted to see how guests were treated when no one important was watching. What she didn't expect was to become the target. From the moment Ariana walked into the hotel, something felt wrong. The front desk clerk barely looked at her, no smile, no greeting. Other guests were welcomed warmly. Luggage was taken, doors were opened. When Ariana stepped forward, the clerk sighed. She was asked for extra ID, then asked again, then told to wait. Minutes passed. People who arrived after her were checked in first. Ariana noticed everything: the looks, the tone, the silence. She stayed calm. When she asked politely about her room, the clerk rolled his eyes. He spoke slowly, as if she couldn't understand. A manager walked over. He didn't introduce himself. He didn't ask what was wrong. He looked at Ariana up and down. He assumed she was causing trouble. Other guests watched, some uncomfortable, some amused. The manager accused her of cutting the line. He said she was being difficult. He raised his voice. Ariana kept hers low. She explained calmly. She showed her booking. She showed her ID. The manager didn't care. He stepped closer, too close. He told her she didn't fit the atmosphere of the hotel. That maybe she should try somewhere else. The words hurt, but Ariana stayed silent. Then it happened. She reached for her phone. The manager snapped. He thought she was recording. He thought she was challenging him. And without warning, he slapped her. Hard, the sound filled the lobby. Time stopped. Ariana didn't fall. She didn't scream. She just stood there. Her face burned. Her chest tightened. People stared in shock. Security guards looked confused, but did nothing. Staff members froze. No one asked if she was okay. No one defended her. The manager straightened his jacket. He told her to leave. Ariana slowly looked around. She saw fear. She saw guilt. She saw indifference. And she saw something else. Confidence, not from him, from herself. She stepped back calmly. She took out her phone, not to record, to make a call. She walked to the side of the lobby and spoke quietly. No yelling, no threats, just a short conversation. When she ended the call, she sat down. 10 minutes passed. The lobby felt heavy. The manager laughed with a coworker. Staff whispered nervously. Ariana waited. Calm, still, watching. The elevator doors opened. 3 people walked out, 2 men in suits, 1 woman holding a folder. They didn't look confused. They didn't look lost. They walked straight to Ariana. The lobby went silent again. The woman spoke first. She said Ariana's full name. Every head turned. The manager frowned. The woman continued. She introduced herself as legal counsel, the men as senior directors. Then she said the words that changed everything. This hotel belongs to MS, Ariana Wells. The air left the room. The manager laughed nervously. He said there must be a mistake. The woman opened the folder. Contracts, ownership papers, signatures, real. The manager's face turned pale. Ariana stood up. She walked slowly toward the front desk. No anger, no shouting, just truth. She spoke clearly. She described everything that happened. The looks, the delays, the words, the slap. She pointed out every person who stayed silent, every person who chose comfort over justice. Her voice never shook. She explained why she came unannounced, why she needed to see the truth. Then she made her decision. She fired the manager on the spot, then the front desk staff, then the security guards, then the supervisors who failed to act, one by one. No exceptions. She explained that racism wasn't just action. It was silence, and silence would not be tolerated. Guests watched in disbelief. Some clapped, some cried. The manager begged. Ariana didn't respond. She turned and walked away. The hotel closed for the rest of the day. An investigation followed. Policies changed. Training became mandatory. New leadership was hired, but the impact went far beyond the building. The story spread, not because Ariana wanted fame, but because people needed truth. People saw what racism looks like when no one thinks they're being watched. Ariana didn't celebrate. She reflected. She remembered every time she stayed silent as a child. Every time she walked away to avoid conflict. This time, she chose accountability. She used her power not for revenge, but for change. Employees across her company were trained to speak up, to protect guests, to protect each other. Ariana continued to lead quietly but with strength. She proved that dignity does not need volume. Justice does not need anger. Sometimes the strongest response is patience, and the courage to act when the moment comes. Stories like this happen every day. Most just never get told. If this story moved you, share it. If it made you angry, talk about it. If it gave you hope, hold on to it. Justice starts when silence ends. Like this video to support stories that matter. Subscribe to be part of a community that believes in dignity and truth. And remember, your voice, your presence, and your humanity matter.